Good day, learners. We are doing algebraic language. Our focus today will be on practice questions to see how we put our knowledge into practice. The first one is, for each of the following expressions, give the algebraic expression, and the first one is a number added to 9. So which means we are given sentences, we need to convert them to algebraic expression. And this is how we would write that. It would be x plus 9. Right, let's look at another one. The sum of 65 and a number. Again, we look at the keywords. The sum means we are adding 65 and a number. The number can be any variable that we decide at the time. We are not always going to use x. A number, subtract 73. So the number, let's say the number is y, subtract 73. That's how that would appear. And the next one is the product. Keyword, product of a number and 24. So that number, let's say the number is k, must be multiplied with 24, because then product comes from multiplication. And then the next one is a quotient of 41 and a number. So that one would write as 41 divided by MD. That's our unknown number. So that's how we write those sentences into expressions. And we move along. The second question is, determine the variables and a constant term in the following equation. Now, a variable is the quantity that changes. What we mean by that is, let's take for instance, if a person is walking, as they walk, the distance changes and the time changes. So when we're speaking of variables, we're speaking of values that are going to change. So in this case, let's look at the first one. It's 3a plus 7y equals to 4. Which values are likely to change? Variables would be where we are going to put a number, like x is a variable and y is a variable. They can represent any other number. That's why they are called variables. And then a constant term would be 4, because that's the one that would remain the same in that equation. All right, let's look at the next one. Negative 4a plus b is equals to negative 11. In there, the variables are a and b, and the constant term is negative 11. Let's look at the next one. 5 minus 9x equals to y. So our variable would be x, and the next variable is y. And then our constant is 5. Irrespective of where the number is, we look for the variable and the constant term wherever they are in the expression. And let's move on to the third question. It says, write each of the following in the conventional manner. The first question is 4a raised to the exponent 1. When we have a question like that, we know that mathematically we do not write the 1 that a has been expressed to. So to write this properly, we would then have to write 4a. We don't write the 1. Right? The next one would be 1x raised to the exponent 1 and minus x squared. Again, we do not write the 1 in front of x, and we do not write the 1 which is an exponent. So this expression would be written as x minus x squared. All right? Let's look at the next one. 2x squared minus x to the exponent 0 plus 4x cubed plus 1x. Look at the expression again. We do not write 1 in front of x as a coefficient. And when we have a variable or any number, except for 0 itself, raised to the exponent 0, the answer is 1. So this expression then would be written as 2x squared minus 1 plus 4x cubed plus x. That is how we write that expression. Now, let's move on to our next question. And it says simplify the expression, and the expression we are given is 5ab plus 6b minus 7ab minus 2b. What we look for there are like terms. There's ab there, there's ap there. So those are like terms, so we can group them together, which is 5ab minus 7ab. And then there's b there and there's b there, so plus 6b minus 2b. Now we group these two, 5ab minus 7ab, which gives us negative 2ab, and 6b minus 2b, which gives us 4b. Let's look at the next one. It's negative 3xy plus 8y squared plus 6x minus 2y squared plus 7xy. The xy and xy are like terms. Y squared and y squared are also like terms. Let's group the first ones. It's negative 3xy plus 7xy plus 8y squared minus 2y squared plus 6x. Negative 3 and positive 7 would give us positive 4xy. And then 8 minus 2 would give us 6y squared. Let me write that properly. 6y squared plus 6x. The next question is group the like terms and simplify the expression. Looking at that expression, you would see that there is a bracket that we need to first resolve. So let's resolve the bracket first. It's 2b. Now there is a 1 in front of the bracket there. When we don't have a number or an expression, we remember that there is a 1 that we need to multiply the bracket with. So 1 multiplied by 3a then gives us 3a. 1 multiplied by negative b becomes negative b plus 7b plus 4a. So now we don't have brackets. We can look at like terms. Our like terms would be b, there's b, and there's b. So it's 2b minus b plus 7b. And then there's a there and there's a there. So that would be plus 3a plus 4a. So the outcome there would be 2b minus b is 1, and then 1 plus 7 is 8b. And then 3a plus 4a would be 7a. So that would be our outcome then. We have thus simplified the expression to two terms. All right, let's look at the next one. And the next one is again with a bracket. So we start by resolving the bracket. 4 into m plus 2n, and then close bracket minus 7m. So as we do that, we use the distributive law, which means we multiply whatever value is outside the bracket with each and every value inside the bracket. So that would be 4 multiplied by m, which is 4m, and then 4 multiplied by 2n, which is 8n, and then minus m, 7m, sorry. Then the like terms are m and m, 4m and 7m, and the outcome would be 4 minus 7 is negative 3m plus 8n. Let's look at the next question. Write the following polynomials in descending order and give the degree of each polynomial. Descending order means starting from the highest exponent to the lowest. And then the degree of an exponent of the polynomial is the highest exponent in that expression. So let's do the first part, which is writing it in a descending order. The highest exponent that I see there is a cubed. So therefore it would be 8a cubed. That's the first term. The next is a square, and the term thereof is plus 12a squared. And then the next one is a, which we know that is to the exponent 1. So that term would be 3a and then plus 4. So that is writing it in a descending order. We're starting from the highest exponent to the lowest. And then the degree of that exponent is the highest exponent in the expression, which then says the degree is 3. Let's move on to the next one. The next one is 3 plus 5x plus 2x cubed plus 8x squared. Again, the highest is a cube. So the term would be, we are starting with the descending order. The highest is a cube, so it would be 2x cubed. And then the next one is a square, so it would be plus 8x squared. We take the whole term. And the next one is x, which means it would be 5x plus 3. And then the degree of the expression, the degree would be the highest exponent, which is 3, so the degree thereof is 3. All right, let's go for an ad break. See you soon.